Just experiencing the market from our clients and who our team has worked with this past month, we have seen definitely an increase in the number of active buyers coming out into the market and the number of homes going under contract. Now, this is primarily due to the drop in the interest rate, the mortgage interest rate, which happened around the middle to end of August, and it really was able to propel some of those buyers who were waiting on the sidelines forward to making an offer. We also saw this with homes that we had listed, where we specifically had one townhome listed since April that finally went under contract at the beginning of September because of the lower rate, and I believe the environment was a little bit better for buyers. That said, we're seeing this all across the county, and so we're going to get into exactly what the numbers say for September of 2024 in King County. Let's start off first and foremost with the number of active listings. The number of active listings in King County as compared to the past 5 years is up at the highest it has been since basically 2020. We see that in September of 2024, we're at the peak of the number of active listings, which is interesting because this means that there are a lot of options for buyers. Even though we're still seeing a little bit of competitiveness in the single family home market, there are options for buyers in the market right now, more so than there were the past 5 years. Now, when we look at this month over month, we see that in 2024, we're at the highest amount of active listings we've been all year at 4,953, but we're also a big jump from when we were about at 3,600 active listings in September of 2023. So there's a big year over year jump. This means that for sellers, you have a lot of competition in the market. So right now you have to be careful about pricing and marketing and making sure that your home is exactly what a buyer might want. So it could be worth spending that extra money to go above and beyond to make sure that your home really stands out. Now, for buyers, that means that you have a lot of options. You actually can negotiate quite a bit. A lot of the deals that we've negotiated in the past month and a half have been in favor of the buyer getting some sort of credit or discount from the seller. So there is a lot of opportunity there as well. Moving on, when we look at the number of new listings, so listings that were just added on the market. In 2024, we're not at the highest we've been. We're slightly higher than 2023, but we're still below what we saw in 2020, 21, and 2022. So we're below those for September, but we do see a big uptick in the number of new listings from August until now in September. And we definitely felt this in the market. We saw a lot more options come onto the market for buyers to look at and choose from, and a lot more competition for sellers. So in 2024, we had about 3,432 new listings hit the market in September. That's up from 3,000 in August, and that's up from 2,800 in 2023. So we're seeing a big gap in how much there is available for buyers to look at and the competition for sellers. Now, the really interesting thing is the number of pending listings is still going up. So the number of new homes that are in contract. But I'm curious, do you think that the prices are also going up? Leave your comment below if you haven't already. Are prices still going up in September 2024 as compared to 2023 or even as compared to August? So the number of homes going under contract, we saw an uptick from August to September this year in 2024. We saw that at about 100 new listings going under contract from August. So in September, we saw 2,450 go under contract, and in August, we saw about 2,300, so about 150 more. Now, that's up quite a bit, though, from September of 2023, when we saw 2,087 homes go under contract or pending in September, versus this year, we saw 2,450, so about 400 more this September versus September of 2023. So there is definitely more activity year over year in the market. Now, when we look at closed sales, we're about equal with where we were in 2023. So there are more homes on the market. Not as many are closing as there were last year and this month. And we are also down from August. So if you look at the August numbers, we saw about 2,100 closed in this month in August. And this September, we saw about 1,800. So we are seeing that seasonality of closed sales come down. We will likely continue to see that seasonality drop the number of closed sales each month until we reach the end of the year. And then that will probably go back up starting at the middle to end of January. And months of inventory. Remember, if you've watched one of these before, you know that months of inventory means how much is listed on the market and how long it would take it to sell if we stopped selling homes today. So it's really sort of a velocity of the market or the speed at which it's moving. So in September of 2024, this year, we saw the highest months of inventory of all of the past 5 years. So we're all the way up above 2.5. We're actually at 2.7 months of inventory. We are inching closer and closer to what is considered a balanced market when we reach 3 to 6 months of inventory. That means that it's no longer advantageous to the sellers or the buyers, but it is a balanced market. So we saw that it's the highest it's been for the past 5 years at 2.7. For example, in August, it was 2.1 months of inventory. And last September 2023, it was only 2 months of inventory. The number of new listings and active listings being so high is really driving a higher months of inventory, meaning that homes are going to sit on the market a little bit longer now and buyers have more opportunity to get in and buy. Now, this is all balanced out by the interest rate, right? So a lot of the buyers that we've seen come into the market have come in because the interest rate came down, although we've seen a lot of volatility with that interest rate now in the past few weeks. So it came down to almost 6% at the beginning of September, and now it's about up back to like 6.5%. We do see clients getting into the 5% range because we're able to negotiate them something called a seller credit, where they can use that money to buy down their interest rate. So we have a client closing who's going to be at 5.75%. So there are deals to be had, and there's ways to lower your monthly payment via the interest rate by getting that seller credit and buying that rate down. So if you're interested in something like that, if that's what's holding you back from buying, let's talk about that. Send us a message and we can talk about how to negotiate the best deal for you so that your monthly payment is something that you're comfortable with. Now, the number of homes increased across the total MLS. There was a 31% major increase in the number of total properties listed. There was also an increase in the closed number of sales at 1.9% year over year across the whole multiple listing service. And if you haven't guessed yet, what do you think happened with the prices? Just as we expect in this area of the country, in the Northwest, we do see prices continue to go up. So overall, the median sales price for residential homes and condos in September 2024 was $635,000. Now this is across the whole MLS. For King County, that's even higher, around the 800 to 900 mark, specifically in Seattle, a little bit higher than that. But it was an increase of about 5.8% across the entire MLS compared to September 2023. So prices continue to go up. We do see that there are more listings, which means for sellers, more competition for you. You do have to be very careful when you list your home, how you list it, how you market it, and especially that price. And for buyers, plenty of opportunity out there for you right now. If you are sitting on the sidelines, if you're waiting until 2025, let's start the conversation now so that we can take those steps we need to get your home ready for market and have the best sale possible. Or if you're a buyer, get your finances in order and get you prepared. Start looking at what's on the market so that when the right home comes along, you know that it's right for you. If you have questions about the market or you want to know more about how to get ready either to list your home or to buy a home, we are here and we'd love to help. Reach out by emailing us at the email below, and we would love to have a one-on-one chat with you today. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you again on the next video.